Welcome back.
Alright guys, just want to apologize for the last episode. Some of my microphone data actually corrupted, and I want to bring you kind of live comm style stuff, and I feel like it doesn't really translate well if I'm post comm going, oh my god, I dove down the outside, look at that, it's crazy. So I figured you guys probably just want to listen to the car and get that raw game sound instead. So let me know what you think. If you'd rather I do a post-com when things corrupt and stuff like that, just let me know and I'll see what I can do for the next time. But for today, we're 13% through the game. We basically only use Skylines, which I kind of enjoy. That's pretty good. So what I want to do today is take the big spicy GTR out. And, man, we got a lot of cars. Holy cow, I forgot we had all these. And I want to go to the Supercar Championship and just see if we get destroyed. We'll probably have more power than a lot of those cars. Look at this thing. So I think this thing, after, how many off-road washes? I can't even talk today. How many off-road races we've done with it needs a wash. There we go. Much better. Look at it. You better use a different rag for the tires and wheels than you do for the car, boy, I swear. Alright. I think next thing is we gotta get GT Man to take a big old swig. Even though it looks fresh, it's only 50 credits, might as well. If we're gonna take on supercars, we need some new fluid in there. Oh, as his knees clip through the front bumper, that's hilarious. You better get that 1540 in this thing, brother. God damn. I have a feeling we'll get absolutely just torn apart in this one. But yeah, the requirement is 500 horsepower or over if you want. And standard or sports tires. So I think I have sports medium. So we'll see how we do here. I'm not sure how long the races are here, but it's not even a championship. So let's see, 8 laps of Seoul. These races are going to be long. Yeah, we're going to get destroyed. Going up against it like a Zonda and alright. Let's give her a shot. 5-point race. Okay, I thought we were going to get destroyed. Maybe we won't. Maybe we do have a shot. Alright, here we go. And this thing sounds good with the new exhaust and stuff. Holy. Oh, we're actually a speed demon in the straight line. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry, Audi. I punted the Audi and then he punted the... Oh. And I get pinned for that. That seems fitting. Oh yeah, I forgot I made this thing mostly rear-wheel drive without handles now, so... Yeah, the Blitz Skyline has much better brakes. Either the brakes are really that much better, or this thing's just going that much quicker. So it could be both, but I feel like the brakes are just terrible on this thing, even though they've got racing brakes. So maybe just because it's a D1 drift car, they made the braking better. But it's got racing brakes, the pressures are tuned up and everything, so. I was on the brakes well before it said I should. Oh, and I just got plowed out of the way, alright. Okay, knockoff Lamborghini Ferrari looking thing. You hit a V12, I'll show you what a straight 6 with a big old turb ski does. It doesn't corner is what it does. Oh, the understeer. It's crazy going from the 4-door Skyline to this one, just the difference. Because I feel like this one has no grip at all, but the other one I had tons of grip. Like, I feel like the other Skyline might almost be quicker, but this one's just got 800 horsepower to use on the street. First green sign is going to be my braking point, I think. This thing is so raspy down low, I love it. It sounds so good. Both this car and the four-door sound really good. Oh yeah. Alright, I was worried that we were gonna have trouble keeping up with the AI, but we're not having trouble. Once I get used to this thing, we'll be even quicker too. Oh, a little sideways on the way in. I'm really, yeah, I shouldn't be trying to drift so much. I'm really worried that our tires might not last the whole length of this race because of the understeer on the front, so maybe I should be a little bit more careful. But it's just so much fun to send. Oh no. Anyway, yeah, just forget about that. I forgot which Skyline I was driving. Maybe I gotta just spam the brake pressure way higher. I feel like I left it high last time, but I have to see. Alright, we got 10 seconds on second place, so if I did have to pit, you know, we might finish third, fourth, maybe. Oh, I forgot to brake because I was talking. Bruh. Oh yeah, look at what lead I have. Smashes into the wall. Hee, that was fun. I'm trying to think of like how to keep you guys entertained while I'm like just driving laps of Seoul, you know. At least in like Fuji Speedway and the other tracks that we'll race here, there's a bit of, you know, track, like some corners that aren't just like 40 miles an hour, hairpin. We might have competition. What I might try and do is, if the races are going to be this long, I'll try for the next ones to just kind of stay in last for the first lap, maybe, or maybe only allow myself one car per lap to overtake. Just so it's a bit more interesting for you guys to watch. But the Ford GT's taking second place. Damn. I thought that was that a Cizetta that I was racing before, the red car? I thought that thing was going to be in the lead the whole time. Maybe they're biased with their Ford GTs in this game because of the cover car. Which, when I was a kid, I did use the Ford GT in this event, trying to do it, because it was the cover car. You basically have to. And for some reason, I love the Ford GT. I love the look of it. Not the new one, this generation, and the older one. I'm so surprised that the tires are actually holding up. finally remembered to brake there. There we go. Alright, 16 seconds to second place, so yeah. This is confirmed. I guess the Skyline just is a supercar now. So oh, there's even a plane in the sky. You see that? What the? I mean, it's probably just stationary up there, not moving or doing anything, but I feel like I never would have noticed that. Can I see it going away? Oh, it disappears when you're going away. Weird. Okay, cool. It's cool to see how some of these older games manage like textures and having too much like on the map, if that makes sense, because like these older consoles have very limited power and ability, right? So it's kind of cool. There's little touches like that. Alright. There we go. 18 seconds ahead. Oh, the plane is moving. You can see it at the top left. Oh, and it disappeared. That's MH370 up there. What is that? Anyway, we get the dub. I thought the Zonda would be way quicker. Alright, we're at Fuji Speedway 90s, which is a very gamer strat track if we need it to be, but based on the field here, I don't see anything that's really going to even challenge us. The Skyline S7 might give us a shot, but I don't expect an SLR McLaren to pass us. I know they're great on the brakes; they'll be good into turn 1, but that's pretty much all I'm worried about. Ralph! Oh. We'll have to see how we do here. We got more brake pressure, and somehow this is a lower point race, so maybe. Man, the turbo kicks in so fast on this car compared to the other one. Alright, I'm going to try and see if I can stay in 5th. Or just kind of chill in the cars for the most part here. You know, we have a very good straightaway speed advantage, it looks like. This Volkswagen is pretty cool looking. Kind of looks like a Noble M, what, 600? 200? The one Hammond drove, that's orange, and the one episode of Top Gear when, you know, Clarkson was driving the Aventador SVJ. Or maybe it was just the Aventador S back then. I can't remember, but... Okay, I'm bored sitting here behind these guys. I'm surprised the Ford GT is out front by so far. Oh, no, that's not good. Yeah, this thing definitely does not handle nearly as good as the four-door does. Maybe the four-door is just really light, I'm not really sure, but we're going to slipstream this Ford GT and just send it past. You're in Fuji Raceway. Alright, you need to have a JDM car winning this. 205 miles an hour. 210. That was crazy. I didn't expect to get 210 on the straight. Damn. I think our worst trait here is our braking performance. Everything else seems pretty decent. It's just braking performance and then aerodynamics. We need some better front grip. Mind you, I am kind of running the same setup I've ran for all the dirt and snow races, just because I just have been too lazy to change it. So maybe that would kind of change how we run a bit. But I think really it's just we're stuck on sports or, you know, just comfort tires, I think. Or whatever the two regular tires are compared to race slicks. So I think that's probably the main thing that's making us drive terribly compared to the four-door. It's a four-door on slicks. That thing feels like it's on rails. It's great. Unless you're going over a bump at El Capitan. That was the only time I really got scared in that thing. But I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of this race we're fully worn out front left. It's a lot of weight. A lot of weight on that one tire. We barely made it that time. But though the slipstream still getting up to 210 is pretty crazy. I think I just had a way better exit from the last corner of that lap, and maybe just held it wide open a little bit longer. But gotta wait ages to get back on the power. But this turbo is just incredible. Now just put this motor in the four-door Skyline, and I'll drive that all day. This level of power in that thing, but that thing's level of grip with those tires. Oh, that curve really threw me out there. I feel like this corner is one of the most decepting ones ever, because it feels like the corner should really go out to here, you know, if you follow the racing line. But it's almost like it tightens a lot at the end compared to what you'd expect. But you know, we can still do almost 210 there, even with that terrible exit. Oh, I was trying to drift it. There we go. The way this drives, it's kind of got some lift-off oversteer, which is great for those dirt events. So much fun, but for regular track racing, I mean, it's cool to be able to huck it in and just send it if I need to, but I'm still not really used to the brakes. But this turbo's great. I mean, I got a Blitz intercooler on my car in real life, and I'd love some more Blitz parts if I can afford them. Alright, let's start lap 5. Yeah, these races are starting to feel like they're getting a bit long, but it's hard to keep you guys entertained because it's hard to judge how fast their cars are going to be. Like, if I knew I had a whole straight here, maybe it'd be worth detuning the car, but really, like, you know, I wouldn't hit my braking point anyway, so what does it matter? It's been a long day. Yeah, you know, I could slow the car down 20 seconds or whatever, and it might be slightly better to watch, but if I then don't win all those races, I'm going to want to come back and win them anyway. So I'd be forcing you guys to watch it a second time, where I would put a better turbo on and go do the same thing. So, you know, I feel like in that sense, just running through the race is fine. And this way you guys get to hear turbo, all the car noises, all the parts that I enjoy. Alright, we're on our way to start the last lap, and we're already down a quarter tank of fuel. That just shows how thirsty this thing is. And I'd be scared to death driving my car at 200 miles an hour like what we're doing in this thing on the straight. There's no way. I feel like my brain would explode at that point. Oh, a little bit more understeer than normal. And it just sends us way off the track. And just because I got a gamer strat this last bit here, yeah, send it through there, brother. You gotta do it at least once on this track. Fuji 90s, it's perfect. It was perfect. Absolutely perfect. And there we go, 6 laps down. Let's go destroy the supercars on the next track, brother. Alright, there we go. Had some controller issues again. But man, that Zonda looks so good. So boxy. I love it. Even the V12 Zonda rolls past. It's not super loud, and then my car just sounds insane. Oh, it's New York reverse. Alright. Cool. Yeah, see, look at this thing. Definitely a supercar. All those cold tires, I feel like on this track, if you're actually against some other, like, more competitive cars, oh man, I didn't mean to get that close, but if you're against some more competitive cars, we'd actually be pretty decent through this section because we have so much grip with this thing. Like, I mean, that's a full-blown supercar concept, and we just dusted them, you know? Yeah, it's when we slow down that we have some trouble. Oh yeah. Had to huck a fat drift around there, get the tires warmed up somehow. Oh, I've hit that wall a ton as a kid. That was really weird. Kind of started losing the car a bit, and then it gripped up and was totally fine. And I hit the brakes, and it just completely spun sideways. I was not expecting that. I really gotta remember what corners I can cut and which ones I can't. Like these little curves, definitely. This one, definitely. This one, if you're close. That first one into... Oh man. I'm driving so terribly. The first one into those 90-degree corners is super, super tall. Okay, there we go. I think I found my braking point. Yeah, see, that curb doesn't really look very tall, but it definitely is. Oh my god. Oh. Oh man. Just a tiny little wiggle under brakes and the back end wants to just come right around on you. We got 13 seconds on the Volkswagen. Not bad. Kinda wish they made that concept. It does look pretty cool. And a W12 would be interesting. That was close to the wall. I thought I was going to hit it and bounce off, if I'm honest. It's weird because that curb seems like the same height as this next one up here, but I can float over that one, whereas this one just launches you into the stratosphere. Right out to the wall again. Just walk that drift out. It's fun, man. Getting used to this car and kind of finding that limit and pushing it. This car's perfect when you're right just over the limit. Well, it's too gripped up in the front with the warm tires now. It doesn't want to slide the back end around. Halfway through our last lap. Well, a third of the way, I guess. But starting to get this track more figured out, get all the curves figured out. You know, some of these parts are pretty tight. You know, we're doing 95 mile an hour into the braking zone of a 3-lane road. Like, that's pretty cool. It's just fun sliding around those tight corners in this thing. Oh, wrong gear. I thought I was in second. I was trying to drift it, but I already shifted up to third. Alright. Sorry for the boring race, but this is kind of the nature of the track. It's all top speed and brakes. So, sorry for that. Alright, midfield raceway. I'll be honest, I did one attempt at this, failed horribly. And I think the main reason I failed was just tuning. So I was still using my dirt and snow tune and not anything else. So this time I'm using just the default suspension tuning, everything. And I've got one, oh my gosh. I was going to say I have one tick of driving aid and understeer. So I want to see what that does, just see if I like it or not. I turned the other driving aids off, so it's just to see how it does. You see right there, it's applying throttle. Weird. Yeah, it feels like understeer just applies throttle in this thing. Look at that. I don't like it. Okay, I'm going to turn that off after this race. That bugs me, but the tuning seems to be a bit better. Because I think I had it pretty rear biased, and there's a lot of understeer, which is kind of what I like for the dirt race. But you can just see how much we struggle with understeer because the CN just rips right past us and then hits us into this corner and sends us off the track, so that's cool. Alright, I'll just have to dummy this dude in going into one. I'm going to push him. Oh, he just gave up? Come on, man. Oh. Cezetta's giving up. Same with my understeer assist spinning me out. See, look, it just holds throttle. It's weird. I don't like it. Yeah, see, I had the car every time I turned in here, it would spin because it would just. And maybe I just have the front too stiff or something in the other tune, but it felt great on the dirt, so I'm going to leave the tune as is, and we'll just use this tune as like my regular course tune. And I forgot to retweak the suspension, or not suspension, sorry, the transmission. So that's why we were kind of getting close to redlining 6th gear last time. But yeah, don't. Oh, the understeer assist just throttles out. Like I was on the brake and it was pushing me off track. Weird. It's hard to get used to. Yeah, I gotta redo the gears in this thing. I can't be redlining at 160. Gotta have that 200-mile-an-hour gear set back in there, brother. Alright, so when I tried this with the dirt tune, I finished 3rd. Because that's how far behind I was. Whereas with this tune, we're doing much better. I just need a longer 6th gear and then we'll be good. Yeah, red light's on 160 or 172. It hits it twice. See, it's just on throttle. The assist just goes on throttle, like 20%, just pulls you off. It's weird. Ugh. I thought maybe I would test the understeer assist and see if it would just like give extra brakes, but I gotta be like on the brake to counteract the throttle it's giving. Like right now, I'm not even touching the gas, I'm just holding RPM. God, this is weird. The CN is keeping me honest. I see him back there. I feel like he's gaining through that straightaway there because I'm stuck in my limiter in 6th. I think he's gaining a lot of time. Yeah, I think we may have him on just straight up acceleration until we hit above, I think, top of 5th, maybe 6th gear. And then the CN takes over with the advantage, so 5.7, I don't like the sound of that. I'm also fighting this assist the whole time, which I thought was going to be a good idea, having just one tick of it on there, but look, no throttle, and it just holds the speed. It's terrible. But here we go, last lap. Yeah, he gained 3/10 on the straight. Sorry I haven't been talking much. I've been trying to concentrate on that CN's gonna catch me. Because all it takes is one little slide, I go off track, spin out, and I'm doing this race a 3rd time. And I would much rather not have to do it again. Yeah, it's been hard to fight the understeer. I'm definitely turning that one understeer assist point off. But other than that, we get the win. Alright, this might be the most stacked class we got. The SLR McLaren, Pagani Zondo, the Acura HSC, which is the only one I don't really know, then the orange Volkswagen that's been messing with us, the Skyline S7. You know, if you traded the Volkswagen for the CN, or maybe the Skyline for the CN, we'd probably have a pretty stacked group, but let's see if we can win this and finish off the Supercar champ. Oh, that Acura looks kind of cool, actually. So we're the same street tune as last time, or the same track tune as we were last event, but this time there's no understeer assist, because that was messing me up big time. I wasn't trying to make the Acura look bad by just doing them around the outside, but get done, mate. I kind of like the NASCAR layout of this track better, if I'm honest. I don't really like this corner up here, mostly. Even though it is kind of off-camber and a bit difficult, I just feel like you're waiting to get on throttle for so long. And then when you finally do, the straight isn't super wide. But here we go. Oh man, I forgot the brakes on this car don't exist at all. Look at the spoiler on that thing. Oh, the understeer. Hehe. Sometimes you just gotta launch that cone, brother. Okay, enough with the CLR, or the SLR, we're done. I do like the SLR, don't get me wrong. Those things are very nice. I think either the SLR or the SLS AMG would be kind of my favorite kind of Mercedes. Well, I do like the CLK GTR, the big kind of Group C looking one, but not many of those in the world, that's for sure. See, I brake when the game tells me to brake, and I go all the way out here. Horrendous. Man, this track would be so much fun to like do drifting on if they allowed it. I don't know if they do. Being four-wheel drive really helps us coming out of that hairpin. We gain so much time on the AI from there. Oh man, I hit the curb and just spun off. Oh, I changed my understeer, but I forgot to change the gearing. That's one thing I definitely forgot, which I'll have to do next time I use this car for asphalt races, which I might be able to do the Paris rally with this thing. I think that might still be on the cards, but we'll see. We'll see what our money's like. We might do a different event and then go back to the special conditions. I wouldn't mind doing the classics race if I can get the 67 Skyline we've got working. Get that thing sped up a bit. I don't know how, but every time I just forget to brake for this corner. It's like without any, like, maybe I just don't see the braking boards and I'm just blind or something, I don't know. Alright, halfway done. Man, I loved racing this track in NASCAR 99. I think that's the one that I had on the PS1. Drove that one all the time. I was a Mark Martin fan. I drove the stink out of Mark Martin's car. And I loved doing the road courses, left and right. It's a lot of fun in those things. I feel like Watkins Glen is still one of my favorite normal kind of left and right tracks. Even racing anything that's not NASCAR there, you know. I think it's just a good track. Oh my gosh, I braked at the line on the left thinking that was tons of space and nowhere near enough. Okay, next lap I'm going to try and go super slow into there just so that I can actually brake on time. I swear I'm only kind of terrible at driving. The understeer going up the hill. Sometimes it's really bad, and other times it's not. I can't seem to get a grip with it. I drove the 4-door Skyline, and now I'm spoiled because this thing doesn't drive nearly as good as that one. But because it's in the game as a drift car from the D1 pack, then it's not a production car, so I can't race in this champ. See, then that time I brake way too early. Like, way too early. I didn't even brake that early. Bruh. Bruh. Just get me out of this championship. I think so far we've shown that if you put some brakes on your GTR, you'll have supercar potential. If it's got 800 horsepower. But if you're like me and racing brakes just aren't good enough, then, you know, it is what it is. And it could be that I'm just locking the brakes up too. That doesn't surprise me. But it's hard to, without like a vibrating trigger, it's hard to find the pedal feel. Right, because there is none. There's no vibration, there's no kind of stuff like that. You can just get the general compression of the tire and the spin of the tire. You don't, like, I feel like if I lock up, I'm not, you know, I'm not really feeling it. You can hear a bit of tire screech, but you can also hear that when you're on the limit. So it's hard to tell if you're just locking up or if you're just bad like me and don't know how to brake like a normal person. Okay, there we go. That was doable. It only took me to the last lap of the race to kind of get it. Gotta take out some cones. Alright, there we go. Can you wall ride this one? Oh, you definitely can. That's nasty. Alright, well, cool. That was fun. Let's go see what our prize card is.